Does the recruiting process timeline differ by sport? The answer is yes. There are general principles that apply to all sports, but then each one has its own unique timeline. Now, first of all, this is true because each sport has its own legal recruiting timeline. Essentially, when college coaches in your sport can start recruiting players. And this also depends not just on your sport, but the division levels within your sport. So for instance, lower level schools like D3, NAIA, junior colleges can recruit much earlier legally than D1s and D2s can. But what's ironic about this is that for a lot of sports, D1s and D2s recruit earlier than all those lower level divisions. So for most sports, the best time to get started is sophomore year. Now it depends a little bit on the level of school that you're trying to go to, because a lot of those lower level schools, D3, NAIA, JUCO, even though they can recruit earlier, they probably won't. They tend to let D1s and D2s finalize their roster and then sort of pick from all the players that are left. It doesn't mean that they never recruit players early, but by and large, they tend to be a little bit later. Now, just in my experience, there are a couple sports that for whatever reason tend to recruit very early. Those two sports are volleyball and lacrosse. So for most sports, I'd say somewhere around sophomore to junior year is a great time to start. But for those two sports specifically, if you're not starting sophomore year, you're behind.